Welcome, you cheeky little buggers. My name is Duddits, and today I'm going to show you how to do infinite ignitions on our hunter anytime you want. The way I've got this set up is really important, so stay tuned. I'll break that down, but just look at that. 1 explosion, 2 explosion, easy days, really easy to follow. Stay tuned. The weighted throwing knife is one of the ingredients to set this up. What you do is when you throw this knife, it deals extra precision damage and causes scorch targets to ignite. So basically anything that's scorched, as long as you hit it with this knife, is going to instantaneously ignite them. You don't have to do anything else. As long as a scorch, just hit them with that knife and it's going to ignite them and cause massive damage. Now the best exotic to run for this is the Ophidia Spathe, because what this does, it grants 2 knives per charge, and as long as you run a gambler's dodge on your hunter, whenever you dodge near an enemy, you're going to get a melee back. But Ophidia Spathe is absolutely fantastic, because what you'll notice here, I dodge and it actually gives you 2 knives per dodge as long as you're near an enemy. So as long as you're near an enemy, you're going to get 2 knives, which is obviously insane for this weighted knife ignition. Now, the way to set your enemies on fire is something like skyburners. There's loads of different ways, but skyburners is really solid because that applies scorch to the target. Prometheus lens is another option. We've got absolutely loads of different weapons, even weapons that have incandescent on them. So anything that's got incandescent, anything that applies scorch, and then what we're going to do is throw the knife, which is going to ignite the enemies like so. So I've just got a little breakdown to show you now. You'll notice then I just dodged to make sure I've got my 2 enemies. I'm applying the scorch through my skyburner's earth, and you get 1 ignition, easy as that. 2 ignition, as easy as that. That's how easy it is. Just apply the scorch. However way you want to do it, whether it's with your Prometheus or with your incandescent weapons, or there's loads of different ways we can apply scorch, even with our grenades. As long as it's not a healing grenade, we can apply scorch with our grenades also. So that's it. That's how easy it is. Really nice. It's really helpful, especially in things like a solar burn GMs. This week's GM is the Warden of Nothing, and we also have loads and loads of lost sectors that are solar burn, and that's going to continue for next season. So this little setup could be really good still. I still miss revitalising blasted solar fulmination from last season, but this sort of scratches that itch a little bit if you want to cause some ignitions, and like I said, it is really useful. And then another thing that I did notice, you do get the odd super energy back as well. It's not like as big as what it was last season, but it does help, and you do get that super back really quick as well, so that's a nice little bonus. But yeah, so just for little situations like this, just for that extra bit of damage, apply the scorch, throw a knife. You'll notice there I've got 2 again, so 1 explosion, 2 explosion, just extra damage. Now the other exotic on the hunter, which is really good, I think this is actually better, this setup with the Ophidia Spathe, because Caliban's hand is the obvious comparison, but the difference between this and my Ophidia Spathe setup is your proximity knife scorches targets and it only ignites on a final blow, which sometimes isn't ideal. I absolutely love Caliban's, but this setup is a lot easier to proc the ignitions, because like I said, it's literally just scorch and throw your knife and that is it. So it's a good little comparison with Caliban's hand. They've both got pros and cons, but I must admit, just for ignitions, this is by far superior to Caliban's hand in my eyes. Now what I want to do just before we go, I just want to talk about something next season. So this is a potential spoiler, so if you've finished with the video and you don't want to hear about anything from next season, then now is the time to turn off. But I want to talk to you about 1000 Voices, why this particular setup with 1000 Voices is going to be really strong, because next season Bungie are adding some little ingredients to this beautiful gun. This is what they've gone on to say. 1000 Voices was briefly a top pick in season 14, but has been eclipsed by other options since then. We wanted to lean even more into a chain of solar explosions by adding Scorch, and with the global heavy weapon changes, it's also going to be a strong option. If you have Ember of Ashes equipped, landing a full burst on a single target will trigger an ignition immediately, just like this Ophidia Spathe setup. So you're going to be able to trigger a full ignition immediately if you land a full burst, And then it also says at the bottom, each explosion now applies 10 plus 5 Scorch. Well, the plus 5 extra is if you've got the Ember of Ashes equipped, so possible 15 Scorch and a full ignition on each chain. So it worked perfectly with this build, so keep this build in mind for next season. Thanks for watching, have a great day.